Of course, not everybody finds it easy to get published, especially in the traditional publishing world. This is a rejection letter. Very sad. Young woman wrote a proposal for a novel called Sexy Librarian, and she sent her proposal off to all the main romance publishers and received back rejection letters. Her name is Julia Wiest, and she presented these rejection letters as a work of art in her senior exhibition at Cooper Union in New York. And I happened to attend her exhibition, and we were working on this independent publishing book, and I saw her rejection letters. And I thought, what could be better novel to feature in our book than a rejected novel, right? Because independent publishing is all about getting away from these people, right? These heartless interns who probably didn't even read her manuscript before filling in the blank and sending it back to this well-meaning young author, right? I mean, most of them, it's so heartless. Although I must say there's nothing quite as amusing as reading someone else's rejection letters. Very satisfying. Here, I think that the editor did take time to read the proposal, and you get more of a sense. So at the opening, I tracked down Julia Wiest, and I said, Julia, I really love your rejection letters, and I'd like to publish your novel. You know, I had a business card and everything, very professional, and she sort of looked at me and she says, oh, no, it's an art piece. It's all about rejection, and if you publish it, it won't be rejected anymore, and it won't be my art piece. And I said, oh, I'm really sorry, but, you know, whatever. Call me if you change your mind. So 2 weeks later, she's graduated from college, and suddenly it seemed like not such a bad idea to have her novel published. So she called me up and said, hey, would you still like to publish the novel? And so we did. We did it as a project at MICA. It was our test case, published, designed by one of my students, Christian Bjornard. And we took it from start to finish, very professional job, and turned Sexy Librarian into a book. So this is the cover of the book. It's actually a photograph of a book that becomes the whole cover there. And then that becomes the chapter on fiction and how to publish your own novel if you get rejected. Now you can do it yourself. We use print-on-demand technology, which is fabulous. We got the book on Amazon. We got some reviews. We got some press. You know, we got to stir up some excitement over the book. That's what it's all about. This is from our 10 painstaking, ass-breaking, mind-numbing, and totally essential steps for publishing your own novel. The first step is to write the novel, right? And then the rest is the endless process of editing and proofing and designing and creating the cover and all of that, and proofing it again and so forth. You definitely need patience to publish your own novel. And then we look at page layout. So the first layout that Christian did was kind of based on mass market paperback books with very narrow margins, so it looked nice and cheap, like something you might buy at the supermarket. Unfortunately, that didn't waste enough space, because Sexy Librarian is really not that long a book, and so we wanted it to have a little bit of a spine, a little bit of heft, and that was really not doing it. So the second design that he came up with was kind of a Leonardo da Vinci, you know, with the golden section and this kind of magical proportions and so forth. And that seemed like way too pretentious for Sexy Librarian. So the final book is kind of good enough, you know, like a girl you might say hello to in a bar. And then the first 12 pages of the book are the rejection letters, which to me do remain the best part of the novel. Is the rejection. And that's really what it's about. It is an art piece. This is the back cover of the book. We worked with a real librarian who provided us with 4 different legitimate call numbers for Sexy Librarian, depending on whether it would be shelved in the library as a romance, as a book about publishing, or a sculpture, right, an artist's book. So we got all the real call numbers. And we built a website, and Julia, who's a real operator, she had all kinds of parties in Chelsea and got attention and so forth. Because really, when you're doing independent publishing, it's not about selling books. Okay, so all of you out there, whoever's writing, you know, Beautiful Plumber or whatever the next novel is, maybe you're going to sell 100 copies. You know, that's probably what we sold, mostly to Julia's mother. But we got a lot out of it. You know, the book is part of her brand as an artist. It's her way of communicating to people. It was the pretext for all kinds of